But anyway, so yeah, Tess, come on in and talk to us about Family Wellness Center. And you have some new programs or something coming up that you want to talk about. And, there she is.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you. Thank you so much for having me back. Just incredible everything that's going on with the VPAN and the energy and the focus around really changing the landscape of the veteran community in Los Angeles County with the peers being stationed around the county and then the referral and resource platform. So really it's going to, in my opinion, revolutionize veteran services and just make it that much easier to connect. Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Tess Banko. I'm the executive director of the UCLA VA Veteran Family Wellness Center. It's a partnership between UCLA and the VA. And I'm back again.
Gosh, I was going to say one thing. You're going to need a bigger business card. I mean, seriously, you sent me an email and I looked at it and I went, holy crap, how does she even get all the stuff she does on one single business card? You're going to have to get like an 8.5 by 11 or a flag or something, to put all your stuff on. I mean, seriously. Okay, go ahead. Say whatever.
Well, they say that when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So, I mean, definitely, I have a passion as a veteran, former family member. I survived a husband who passed away from suicide on active duty. So, just knowing exactly what the stakes are and how impactful our relationships together can be, like the VPAN, like the peer support. It's become my life's work really to support veterans and families. So along that vein, I want to talk a little bit about team transition resilience programming. There's really no one size fits all to transition, to wellness, to resilience. So at the V.F.W.C, we've created some programming that's complementary. We work in conjunction with the VPAN. We're supportive as a partner organization. But really examining transitions, because as we all know, as veterans, transitions occur often either out of the military for the first time into a new job, or maybe even into a new relationship, moving into a home. It's all transitions. So the premise behind team is that we can arm ourselves with the best skills, tools, and support to make facing these challenges a little bit easier. So we've incorporated some key pieces of the training that the V.F.W.C presents. It's evidence-based. So we look at things like identity, mission, meaning, and purpose coming out of the military. And then also look at establishing effective communication habits, strengthening relationships, because as many of us know, coming back from active duty, we may have a family already or are partnering and raising a young family. So the skills for that are very crucial. Yeah. So during the team workshops, veterans and their family members, which is really unique, it sets it apart. They can work together to learn and employ these skills, setting the effective goals, managing emotions, which is very, very important, communicating effectively, and using proven techniques. So it's a really great package that came together, and each workshop lasts about 90 minutes and it takes place once a week for 5 weeks. And you can do it directly from your computer. As we all know, COVID continues.
I was going to ask that very question. Exactly.
Yes.
So let me ask you the access question, because this is what we want to make sure that you have all these great programs, but then how do people find out about the Family Wellness Center if they're at home? Now, if they're in the hospital, some VSO is going to be saying, excuse me, but there's a Family Wellness Center and they're right over there in building 220 on the other side of campus. But how do they find you if they're just right out of the military, let's say?
It's been challenging, especially during COVID, to reach people directly. So what we've done is set up key points of contact, what I call master communicators. So having that information so that they can disseminate it. We're still trying to get information out in person, good flyering or handing out postcards about the information. But really a lot of it has to do with, like Christina said, word of mouth, sharing that information. We are on the VPAN platform, so people will be able to find us that way. Also, I can put a link into the chat with how to access. signing up for team workshops, and also the V.F.W.C services in general.
Excellent, excellent. So let's see. What was another question I had for you here? So when they come back to like the wellness center, are you going to make people walk in and show their vaccine card or wear a mask, or how do you think that might work?
Yeah, so currently right now, we are a partnership between the VA and UCLA. We are still in virtual status, and UCLA guidance from the campus has said that June is the target date for any resuming any in-person, groups or anything like that. So until then, what I continue to do is look at the different guidance coming out, both from the VA, from UCLA, from public health, and really melding together and creating a plan for returning back, because we care for not only the veteran safety, but also for the resilience trainer who will be assisting their safety as well. So,
do you like baseball, Tess?
I do.
Ooh.
I played softball for many years.
Oh, yeah, me too. I absolutely love baseball, and I know the co-host does. Yeah, now we're going to talk a little bit. Pardon me?
Legion softball team.
Oh.
Legion.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we're all members of the American Legion, so interesting, Nicholas. Nicholas, do you have any questions for Tess?
Well, I can't say I like baseball as much as Tess does. Tess has seen me hitting baseballs or missing baseballs at the UCLA Jackie Robinson Stadium. But no, I think I first and foremost, I participated in team. So, team was invaluable. It was pre-pandemic, so it was in person, but it was that one appointment. Not only did it teach me while I was reintegrating, but it was also an appointment to make. It was 90 minutes where I got to sit down and I was able to really look at things and start to structure and learn how to restructure, because one of the things that was missing from my life, having left the military, was there's this entire structure that really works for me, right? I had a great career in the military. I was used to having structure in my life, and to have the opportunity to structure and learn structure and plan and have something that sticks, because that structure that was planned during team is still in my life. And for me, it was worksheets. I had worksheets and I'd write it down and I'd plan. For me, it was like, I want to go to the gym. Well, that happened. It was things like that. But it started on a very big, I wanted to have a calendar. I wanted to be able to keep a calendar. And I learned how to keep a calendar in team. I was worked with, and okay, well, every time an appointment comes in, it took some time, but now every time I hear something, it goes into my calendar. And that's one of those things that's invaluable in moving through life, And so I'm very grateful to have learned how to keep a calendar, how to maintain it, how to make appointments. These things for some of the veterans, depending on where you're coming in or what you're transitioning from, some of these skills have not been utilized in a very long time. And team was able to take me through that process. So I'm grateful for that, and grateful to the UCLA VA V.F.W.C for showing me that. I could talk forever because there's so many things. It's 90 minutes, and it was so invaluable, and it was always scheduled and worked with. It was just handled so well. The one question I have for Tess, when things resumed, Tess, I remember that you all actually had a partnership where, like, if you lived far away or something, you all had a Lyft partnership where you all were actually willing to lift a veteran to participate in the programs out there, which I thought was really cool. Is that something that may still be there in June?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, shout out to the Amundsen Foundation who made the grant possible. So we do provide Lyft rides into the center, but also during this COVID time, if you have a doctor's appointment at the West Los Angeles VA or need to go there for medical care or any other reason, feel free to call the center and we can get you a ride there.
Super cool.
So this Family Wellness Center, I'm sure you are aware of it, but there's a legal clinic coming up to help clear records. When we say records, some of the civilians went, what is this records? Well, military record clearances, right? That's specifically what they're talking about. Or they're also talking about, like, if they had some kind of thing that need cleared up, even if they were in civilian life, right? I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
So, the legal question is very interesting because, as we know, there are different types of law. So there's, criminal law aspects of clearing up your criminal record. There are things like parking infractions, parking tickets, which for the homeless community can cause things to kind of spiral out of control. If you can't pay your tickets, you lose your license, your ability to drive. So there's also the family law aspect of it for veterans and families, which can be very challenging. There aren't many supports in that arena. But yes, coming up, I think in March, is a LACPA. So
March 17th.
Los Angeles County Bar Association loves the veteran community. And so they created a record clearing day. So you can get an appointment to look at your record and look at the types of legal issues that you might have that need to be cleared.
I have a question for both of you because I don't know the answer to this. Genuinely don't know what this is that they clear up, because I'm just looking at it right here on my page, and it says eligible traffic tickets and different things like that. And then they said they can clear up quality of life citations. What the heck is that? Does that either of you know? Yes, you know?
Quality of life citations include citations from where you live. So if you have some kind of an abatement issue where you live, those are the types of things that are quality of life.
I didn't realize.
Yes. It can be anything from like loitering near a school, near public toilet.
Well, you don't need to be looking out at all those little kitties anyway, Nicholas. What the heck's going on there?
This is just, but they're homeless or something. So lodging near a park or even begging, obstructing civil sidewalks, drinking alcohol in public, being intoxicated in public. Those are all quality of life citations. I know for me, being out there homeless, one of the roughest parts is, it took me a while, right? Because I've got to get around the city. But if you get on the metro, you don't have any money to get on the metro. You don't have any way to ride the metro. So you're hopping on the metro. They can ticket you on the metro. And then of course the homeless teach you that. They'll say, hey, well, you're a veteran, you can actually have the metro is a little cheaper for you. So that was really super cool. But I was always under duress about being ticketed on riding the metro, and that's something that it seems like could be helped with the virtual record clearing clinic. Some of those metro citations that the homeless get.
Yeah, it can be very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
It really can. So just in my own life, I'm an open book for anyone that it helps, but as a child, my family experienced homelessness, so we actually lived in a car for a while. So those things do add up. So if you get all these citations on your car, you have nowhere to live, essentially.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's things like this that most people don't see as, roadblocks that are very important.
Well, I want to say that the virtual record clearing clinic is Wednesday, March 17th. From 3:30 to 6:30, and they're offering free service to veterans in these issues that we've just been discussing. And that's the Los Angeles County Bar Association. I know we say LACBA real quick and everything else, but it's the LA Bar Association that's doing that for us. And, we'll be talking more about that in the next couple of weeks here and on the show and promoting that.